Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And I guess now we know what they meant when G4 said they were going to have some special guests on. Some special guests on. Yeah, Amouranth puts in an appearance on a G4 show in a bikini, and it's causing an uproar.
In a ball pit.
In a ball pit.
She's playing with balls.
She's playing with balls. So we're going to talk about this because this does seem to be an about face from their position a month or two ago when Frosk was like, hey, you know, I don't like being fapped to, and I'm sorry I'm not as fappable as some of the other hosts you've had, some of the other guests you've had.
So they get another fappable host.
So they get a fappable woman to come on.
I want to point out, though, that I don't think the carpet matches the drapes.
I want to point out that I have not fapped to this woman.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You know, and my hair is about that color.
It is, actually. Yours is natural.
But mine's real. Yeah. So.
I can vouch. I can vouch for that. Anyway, we're going to talk about this strange development here with G4. G4 trying to figure out what it wants to be. I have a feeling that some of the decisions we're seeing lately with G4 are a result of management telling them to be more like G4 circa 2005 and to bring viewers back, but it's not gonna work.
It seems like they went from one extreme to another. Like they have two extremes here, and I think that they need to meet in the middle somewhere here.
Anyway, there might be meat involved. We'll see.
I don't know.
Anyway, we're gonna talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, over 260,000 subs. Thank you for the support. We do get more views than G4 or X-Play or whatever the hell they're calling it now. They
for YouTube,
switch their channels around, but even then, we're not a very big channel.
Hey, on the plus side, they're taking Frosk into consideration. They gave her eye candy too.
That's true. Yes.
She can flick the bean. I mean, we're not judgy here. Any of you can flick the bean to this. We're not going to judge.
Apparently, yeah. So
then you can go brag about it.
Then you can go brag about it. So here's the clip. This is on the AustinShow on G4, which only has 1,000 subscribers, but it's gotten 25,000 views. But yeah. So,
imagine that. You put a girl, bikini-clad ginger, well, yeah, ish, in a ball pit.
Balls? This is what we do for views?
It works.
Now, this is more on brand for G4 than what they've been doing.
Why does it look like a 70s mobster?
I don't know. I should dress like that. So what's in the
pit?
They
both do. They look like 70s mobsters.
Oh, look. All these VTubers are very curious. Oh,
he was grabbed her boob.
It's Amouranth, and she's wearing a bikini. There she is. Oh, look how happy these anime girls are.
Red there.
There she is. There she is. All right. Yay. Playing with balls.
Wiggle your butt.
Wiggle your butt. Give me super chats.
How much did they give her for that?
I don't know. But this is G4 circa mid-2000s. Anyway, her appearance is causing an uproar. Not because she's ginger, because she dared show up on.
Well, what does she normally do? Is she like a gamer?
Yeah, she's like a gamer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I don't know these things because I don't pay attention.
She's like a gamer.
I think I would have much rather see her play a game and actually see somebody play a real game and actually play a game than crawl around in a ball pit. I mean, Frosk would have been more popular. She crawled around in a ball pit.
Yeah, she could do that. I don't know. She could play with balls if she wanted to. Amouranth tends to cause a bit of stir no matter where she goes. She has a shady side. Amaranth's life has had its fair share of tragedy. In other words, she's a person, complex and worthy of the internet's consideration, but not blind-hated.
But then why did she...
Lately, she's been busy inventing a strange new meta on Twitch where she rolls around in a pool filled with plastic balls, bouncing them together for some pleasing ASMR sound. So that's her shtick now.
That's why she's doing it. Okay, now it makes sense. I was like, why is this girl rolling around in a ball pit?
After buying into a plastic ball company, it seems that she has tons of things lying around, which is what brought her to G4, where she's reigniting a conversation about sexism in the gaming industry and on platforms like G4.
I'll give her that. That's fun.
G4 was the first gaming network television channel solely dedicated to games and gaming culture. Helped launch Olivia Munn's acting career and eventually fell apart shortly after she left one of the channel's highest rated shows, X-Play. G4 is back in Pet Cemetery form, albeit in a different capacity than before. Yeah, they're doing great.
Different viewership bracket than before.
They're doing great. Instead of airing on television, the gaming channel is available from streaming platforms like YouTube and Twitch. According to VentureBeat, G4 has a multi-year contract with Twitch, where it airs most of its content.
So basically they're trying to get Twitch people that are popular to come on to their show.
Yes, if you play with balls on Twitch and you
Well, that sounds like an untapped demographic. That apparently Ginger's playing with balls on Twitch, gets a lot of views. Maybe I'm in the wrong industry.
Why are we doing this? You could just play with balls and we'd make more money.
I don't know, right?
I can retire.
There you go.
I can play with balls too, but I don't think I'd make as much money.
Between the two of us, we completely hit two totally different demographics. I could put you on a ginger wig and a bikini, and you can play with balls, and we cover all the bases.
I'm changing my name to Dilfy.
Dilfy Sparkles.
Dilfy Sparkles. That's me. I'm gonna be Mr. Sparkles. I'm gonna be Dilfy Sparkles.
That's it. I mean,
you gotta play with balls for 3 hours every day.
To fight sexism, you will wear the bikini, put on a ginger wig, and play in a ball pit.
Hey, lots of people get paid to play with balls.
I mean, we're covering all the bases. It's all good.
I'm talking about sports, of course. However, while the channel has launched itself into the world of streaming, some would argue it's still clinging to the gender stereotypes of its early years.
Oh, shit.
Amouranth's appearance on the Austin Show and G4 caused controversy because it seemed to go against statements the network has publicized in the recent past.
It just proves what everybody said, that your audience doesn't want to see, arguments about sexism. They want to see the girls in the bikinis in this ball pit, even though it has nothing to do with gaming.
Less talk, more tits. That's it. That should be their new motto. That should be, if they really want to rebrand. Now, we did the video a couple days ago where G4, the main YouTube channel, they rebranded it as XPlay. And, it's not really helping them very much. I think tits would.
I don't know why girls can't just kick people's asses on games in the same dignity guys get. I mean, why does this girl feel? Maybe that's what maybe she likes it. I mean, if she likes it, and that's what she wants to do because she legitimately
likes balls,
likes to play in ball pits,
yeah.
and it's her legitimate, agency that she wants to do that. Then I'm all for it. I'm like, you do what makes you happy. But if it's because that's what she thinks is going to get her attention and playing video games, and then that's bullshit. And she should be able to play games. Because she wants to play games.
Yeah, well, don't slut shame her.
I'm not. I'm just saying, if that's what she chooses to do, and that's because she likes it, that's completely different than if you're just doing it because you feel like you have to, because no one will watch you otherwise because you're a girl, and that's the case. That's shit.
So they're like with Frosk, they're like, hey, in the recent past, their official Twitter account posted a clip from one of its shows where Frosk delivered a moving speech about sexism in the gaming community.
You call that moving, okay.
Yeah, she said that she watches the chat while hosting. She sees commenters upset she's not as bangable as the previous host, Olivia Munn and Morgan Webb.
Well, I do agree that it is kind of insulting and shitty.
Yeah, but now they're going to be like, you're not as bangable as Amouranth.
No, I don't think many people are.
She plays with balls. Why don't you?
I think men and women would agree that most people aren't as bangable as her.
She went on to say that women are not objects.
That is true. You know what? That's kind of my point. But if a woman wants to be an object, that's her choice.
They're not objects and are not meant to be attractive to gamers. And men are not entitled to attractive women. That
I agree with too. It's something I do get upset about because I've literally been told before that, we'd stand up for you, if you're prettier, or, maybe they would stand up for you if they knew what you look like. And I'm like, why does anything I say have to only be irrelevant if you see what I look like? And I mean, some girls can leverage that, and if they do, and that's because they want to, that's their choice. And I think that's cool. That's empowering. Go them. I'm just saying that you shouldn't be judged by how you look all the time. So for that, I didn't disagree with her.
At the time, the times have changed. G4's Twitter account said that it, and presumably the network as a whole, stood with Frosk's statements.
The vice president or whatever even said, hey, if you don't agree, don't watch.
But now viewers aren't so sure after seeing Amouranth's appearance on the network. How dare she? It undermines the message. How dare she show up with her tits? It undermines the message. As the host showed off a children's pool filled with plastic balls, she pops out wearing a purple bikini. The host joked the ball pit was worth more since she sat in it. One of the VTubers asked how much she'd cost in addition to the ball pit.
Whoa, okay, whoa.
While the clip was seemingly on brand for her, she frequently shows off her body on her streams.
Like I said, she chooses that. That's her agency.
Yep.
That's completely different.
Some viewers saw the clip as a direct attack at a previous statement from Frosk.
It does seem that way, which is it's hilarious.
I think what's going on here, this coupled with the rebranding and all this other shit, is there are some executives who are like, oh my God, we have a multi-year deal with Twitch. We have sunk millions of dollars into this shit show. What is it going to take to get things back on course? And they're like, tits. We'll take tits.
I like this comment. The show seemed like a direct opposition to Frost's sentiments, arguing that hosts gaslighting their co-host and threatening to replace her with how you say it?
Amouranth
was funny. It is funny. I mean, I can appreciate the humor here.
It seemed the gamers who took issue with the decision to feature her weren't mad about her, Amouranth being on herself, but with the juxtaposition of the company saying it stood with Frosk, then featuring a woman being objectified by two men only a short while later.
But there's a difference here. And this is my difference I want to point out. Where Frosk has an issue with it and doesn't want to be looked at that way. That's Amouranth, that's her brand, and she likes it. And in that case, she has the right to say, hey, I want to be presented this way.
Yeah.
And that's her right to do so.
Yeah.
So if she feels comfortable with it and that's what she wants to do, then more power to her. That you're looking at two different perspectives here. Why can't they support both perspectives?
So, I mean, she has a brain too, because she's talking about her investments in different businesses she's purchased.
Oh, you mean girls that are pretty can have a brain too? Oh my God,
Imagine
you don't say.
Imagine that. Yeah, so this is, look, my personal opinion, and we have been hearing that there were some people at Comcast that were not very happy with the debut of G4 and with all the controversy around it when they just want eyeballs. And it sounds to me like they're like, yes, do whatever you have to do to get people to watch this channel, because literally your jobs are on the line.
So that they did whatever they had to do.
They did what they had to do.
I mean, you have a channel with 1,000 subs that got 25,000 views and 600 comments.
Yeah.
It clearly worked. But then again,
worked.
To be fair, she already has an audience of her own.
Yeah, so she was telling them that,
yeah, so there's that too. Take into consideration.
Anyway, this is going to be really interesting. I have to wonder if G4 isn't going to do an about face at the 11th hour to try to save its ass.
They've been. That's what's funny. They rebranded and everything else.
Yeah.
It's flipping hilarious, actually.
Something is up. Lots of men at this point, probably.
Yeah, anyway. Almost like, okay, look, I mean, if you don't like the way something's run, and I mean, I still say that Frosk had some points that I do find valid. I just thought she did it in a shitty way. She could go someplace else.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Why do people insist that their company culture has to change when if that's the company culture and it doesn't suit you, why don't you go work for another company that you would find more palatable?
And in this case, they went and found somebody who legitimately had no problem. Like Olivia Munn had no problem, like the one that was she always was eating like hot dogs and sausage. Yeah. She apparently had no problem with that herself and did it and had no issue with it. That was her stick. And this is her shtick, and it's like, if they like doing it and they felt that they embrace it, then that's completely different. No one's being forced to do anything here.
Nope.
That's the difference. That's what the difference I'm talking about.
Nope, they're asking politely that you come back, that you watch.
Here's some tits.
They're tits. We have tits, guys. Come on back. We've got tits. All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.